Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Film Artsy. I'm Guy Trey Baker, and today we are breaking down episode 7 of Marvel's What If series, and it was so not interesting. I'm debating whether this is the worst one, because it's like the Marvel's Hangover. It's literally, if you've seen the Hangover, put Marvel characters in it, that's this episode. So let's talk about it.
And ponder the question. What if?
So the episode starts off with the premise that what if Loki and Thor did not grow up together? Not that Loki didn't exist, but Thor didn't grow up with Loki in the household of Asgard. The only thing I like about this premise is it does show how significant Loki's impact has been on Thor developing into the hero he is in our current MCU. Without him, he's not really challenged or have to consider this interesting dynamic between adoption and actual son and Loki's quest for power. So he becomes kind of a frat boy, and that is the premise of this episode. It starts off with Jane and Darcy tracking the cosmic storm cloud, which is Thor, and he apparently shows up on Midgard, aka Earth, to party because Odin is in sleep and Frigga's on a vacation, so he's going to party on Midgard, and apparently his parties are so epic that they can destroy planets, and that is essentially the premise of this episode. Now, when it comes to like a feel-good, everything's kind of happy, this episode has that. So if you're feeling kind of weighted down by Tony Stark dying every week, or you know, these kind of more intense episodes, because I'll be honest, Doctor Strange's episode was very like bleak and intense, and even the zombie episode was that way as well, then maybe this is the episode for you. But if you're just sitting there going like, I could have watched literally anything else this morning, some of us get up very early for these episodes, this wasn't it. And I found myself feeling that way throughout this episode, because most of it is Thor partying, which is humorous. You see a lot of characters. Maybe it was fun to have Jeff Goldblum show back up, but then they call Captain Marvel to basically put a pin in Thor's party to end it. And this is apparently their first alien interaction, or second outside of Captain Marvel, and their decision is, we're going to get Captain Marvel, who in the MCU we don't call for literally anything else. We don't call her for Thanos getting Infinity Stones, we don't call her for Loki invading the planet, we don't call her for Ultron, but no, we're gonna call her because there's a freaking big hangover party happening in Las Vegas with Thor of Asgard. That is the situation that merits it. Now maybe it's because Nick Fury isn't the acting supervisor at that point because he got knocked out by Korg, but it just seems like we had to have a reason to bring Captain Marvel, and it was cool to see Captain Marvel and Thor go toe-to-toe, but they're still trying to communicate to me that Captain Marvel's way stronger than Thor. She was just holding back, which, okay. And this plan's fruition of taking down Thor's massive party is to take him to Siberia or South Dakota, so Captain Marvel would go full power on him, and not only go full power on him, apparently S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to launch a ton of nukes to blow up Thor. I just don't understand the thought behind this. Like, I get that what if is what if, but like, okay, but if you just determine that this alien's dangerous or are gonna nuke him, do you not think that anything would potentially follow that decision? Like, oh, if Thor gets destroyed, oh, I don't know, maybe Odin and Frigga show up and are like, you blew up our son, yeah, he was partying, but did it merit that? It just seems like a ridiculous decision. It seems like a childish decision. It seems like a kid's show decision. That's what this episode felt like. It felt like an episode of a kid's show. And unfortunately, if you set up What If as that, that's fine, but it's not been that way. And so it's just hard for me to really accept these. And to further that thought of it being a kid's show, really how this episode like capstones or bookends is they're gonna call Frigga, his mom, to end the party. And I just sat there and I was like, okay, so we're gonna call his mommy to end this episode. And so Thor tells his whole party of people, because everyone came from all over the universe to party on Midgard, that Frigga is coming and you need to help him clean up. And so there's a montage of all the people cleaning up Earth before Frigga gets there, because apparently Frigga is freaking scary. I didn't like this episode, not one bit. It just wasn't. I mean, it was humorous to see characters kind of having fun. Loki as an ice giant, Howard the Duck and Darcy get married, yay! But it just was boring. It was not interesting. I didn't want the Marvel Hangover, no one asked for it. And I feel like I'm always complaining about these things, but when you only have so many episodes of What If, and one is completely focused on Thor partying just because Loki wasn't his brother on Asgard, that was dedicated to a whole episode. And then the ultimate slap in the face, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, the ultimate slap in the face is that every single time I wanted more of what they did well, they haven't given it to me. But at the very end of this episode, which I do believe is actually gonna be a continuation, they throw in the most epic ending scene of any episode, one that insinuates continuation. And if you've been kind of tracking with the trailers, and I've laced this together, I haven't necessarily talked about it in a video yet, if there is some kind of continuation that's coming, and I think this is the point where it happens, is Ultron shows up at the very end with the Infinity Stones, with Vision's body all combined, and you're just left with like, what? And I'm like, this is the episode you chose to do that? The one that's the Hangover party? Why do you hate me, Marvel? Could have been literally any other episode. All that being said, Marvel's What If has continually been a back and forth with me. If you're wanting something that's kind of happy and feel good, and you like the Hangover, this is the episode for you. If you're like me, who's really looking for more interesting stories, personally, this wasn't it. This didn't do it for me. Like, I just feel like episodes 6 and 7 have really been kind of letdowns, especially when 4 and 5 really felt like Marvel What If had hit its stride. Yeah, I don't know. This wasn't it for me. Anywho, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comments below. Tell me why I'm wrong. You guys love doing that, so explain to me what I missed about this episode that was so wonderful. And are you interested to see what happens next? I am still interested to see a fully Infinity Stone Vision / Ultron coming into the fray, and I think eventually leading to the Watcher not doing what he's supposed to do and actually bringing people in to help save all universes, which is probably what's happening. If I had to make a guess here, here's my guess, is that Ultron is extending his theory of like he wanted to destroy Earth because humans are the disease. He's going to think all the universes are disease, and so he's going to try to eradicate all universes, thus making the Watcher have to do what he's going to do, which is going to bring all the characters from the episodes into one epic battle. There you go, mark my words, that's my prediction. And if you like this video and you want to see more, you can always subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the bell, which will let you know when these videos come out. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I will see you later.